Do you like when guitars sound like this? Or this? That, of course, was the sound of a guitar with the tremolo system. Could be a Strat style tremolo system or more of a super Strat Ibanez with a Floyd Rose. And they're all capable of making the types of sounds you just heard. But if you don't own a guitar with that type of bridge, or you just can't be bothered with the hassle of maintaining a style of bridge, here's 3 ways that you can approximate the sound of those style of guitars. And I'm going to say approximate because it's never going to be exactly the same, but close enough to get somewhere in the ballpark. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is one of the tremolo tricks that Joe Satriani often utilizes, which is to have a pinch harmonic on an open string and then to control the pitch with the bar. So obviously there is no whammy bar on a guitar like this or any guitar with a hardtail, so but there is something you can do to emulate that. So we're still going to start with a pinch harmonic on an open string. Play the note at the 2nd fret, this A note. And then you get a pinch harmonic going. And then as soon as you catch the harmonic, you can bend the string up. And bending the string can somewhat imitate raising the bar. Let's try to get one. So the second one is something you might see Steve Vai do or Eddie Van Halen did, which is to do a trill. And then use the bar at the same time. Again, there's no tremolo arm, so I think I saw Paul Gilbert do this. So he was doing a trill and then he was pulling the string up, like behind the trill. And again, it sort of imitates what a tremolo arm might do. You can do this slowly, so as you're trilling, just slowly bend the string up. Or you can sort of violently bend it up and down to get something more aggressive. Okay, that's that one. The dive bomb is probably one of the more difficult ones to emulate, and you never get close, especially with the range that you can get on a Floyd Rose. You're never going to get close. But what you can do is something slightly more subtle. So if you play a low E, could be just a low E or a E power chord, and then you push the neck forward and the body back towards yourself. Be careful with that one if you're being too aggressive with it. I've seen people's, especially if it's a bolt-on neck, I've seen the neck actually come off. People push the neck so far forward that it just came off the guitar. So you want to do it enough to get the sound, but not more than that. In fact, Billy Sheehan does this all the time in the bass. So I'll put in a clip of that so you can see that in action. Okay, for the last one, as far as what we're going to do, it's going to be similar to the technique for doing emulating a dive bomb, but it's going to be with a clean sound for something that would be a more subtle vibrato. A song that comes to mind is The Beginning of Lenny by Stevie Ray Vaughan. So something subtle. So if you pick a chord. But unlike the dive bomb where we kind of just did it once and then tried to push it as far as we could without damaging the instrument. This time you're going to do little versions of it, but jolting it back and forth. Another variation on this, especially if you don't have a guitar with string trees, is to push the strings behind the nut. So a slightly different type of vibrato. Okay, that's us. Hope you got something from that. I'll see you next time.